Hey everyone, just got a quick video today. I wanted to talk about what I'm going to be doing with all of these expiring 6-star generic sig stones. You know, in the old days, we used to have to count exactly how many were in the overflow to figure out how much we had, but thanks to some quality of life changes, we can actually now see, just by going to the inventory, that I actually have 132 of these in the overflow. Whew! That's quite a bit more than I even realized. So what am I going to be doing with these things? Well, they came from, completing the Paragon challenge that I was doing. So it was Act 7, it was Karina's challenges, just a lot of sig stones in general. And I ended up taking King Groot to Sig 180 and said, well, that's probably enough. I think I'll just, get him to Sig 200 over time through the use of, cosmic sig stones that I get slowly over time. But then as I was going through my roster, trying to figure out which champions would benefit the most from these sig stones, well, two champions kind of came to mind, and they're right next to each other. One is Omega Red, and the other is Angela. Now, Omega Red is a champion that definitely needs his Awakened ability, needs it at a high level in order to, deal damage. A lot of his damage comes from the degen over time from having 10 or more death spores on the opponent. And right now, I deal significantly more damage with my 5-star Omega Red, rendering this Omega Red completely useless. I took him to rank 3 a long time ago. Essentially, all of those catalysts were just flushed down the drain as I haven't been able to utilize this champion yet. So, if I give Omega Red the Sig Stones, it's as if I'm getting the value of all of the catalysts that I gave the champion as well. On the other hand, I don't know if Omega Red is getting used quite as much as he used to. I do already have quite a few other mutant champions ranked up, so do I need an Omega Red? Well, I don't know, but I would still certainly like an Omega Red, I can tell you that much. Another champion here, Angela, her Awakened ability, she has these interesting breakpoints to them, where for each buff on Angela, her opponent suffers the following. Minus a chance for, the opponent to nullify or auto-block you, and minus a debuff duration. This is for all damaging debuffs. And at a lower sig level like this, you need a lot of buffs to fully negate nullify, auto block, and then damaging debuffs on yourself. But at a high sig level, as a matter of fact, if we head on over to Aunt May real quick, well, you can see here that if we just enter the number 182, that's really the best breakpoint to get Angela to, because then that means if you have 3 buffs on yourself, because this is for each buff, that would take these numbers to over 100%. Now, over 100% is not guaranteed because in MCOC math is funny that way, and, well, the opponents, they could have increased ability accuracy as well, so, technically having over 100% in some cases is nice, but, I mean, those situations are few and far between. And because I have 132 SIGs in the overflow, that would get Angela to 172 if I were to dump all of them into Angela. Well, what does that put Angela? It's just shy of the break point, and I could feed 10 more, but even still, if you multiply 3 buffs on Angela, that takes this number to 97%, a little over 97% actually, which is, I mean, close enough to 100%, right? The damaging debuffs are only going to be active on you for an extremely brief period of time. The chances that you're going to be nullified or auto-blocked, they're quite low. And while having that guarantee that these things are not going to happen is incredible, you could still gain a 4th buff on Angela to fully negate these things. So I feel like getting her to 172 presents a lot of value to the champ. And although Angela, sure, she's in a cosmic class that's, clouded with the gods of the contest of, Hercules, CGR, Null, and so on. The list goes on. There's so many good champions, but still having those abilities active without needing to bring in someone like Odin, which in certain areas of the game is not possible, to even have a second champion on the team, let alone giving that spot to Odin. I feel like there's just a lot of value there. And with how much I enjoy playing Angela and stuff, and even using her in the incursions and everything, I feel like this is the route I want to take. Now I could also divide these up between the two champions, and you know, I could increase the sig level of both of them. But I think I'm actually just going to go all in on Angela here. And let me just claim this stuff out of the overflow. And I am going to leave her at that 172 mark. Because, like I said, for me, it's close enough where, you know, I'd rather save the 10 sigs for another champion. And this still leaves room for, hey, if I dupe Angela or something like that, and I eventually get her to a higher skill, that's totally fine. I mean, not that getting her to 182 still leaves room for that, but you know what I mean. Like this is gonna be fine. And if I ever get to a situation where it's not fine, well, I'll have 10 sigs on hand at the ready, where at that point in time I will give the remainder of the sigs to get it to that break point. But there's no need to get there right now. The rest of the sigs I have in the overflow, they're all for 5-star champs, which I'm just going to dump into kind of whoever. Not really worth talking about in this video. So I think that will wrap things up for this one. Angela, I never really expected myself to be feeding that many sigs into her, as much as I like the champion. But here we are. My Angela is now significantly stronger than she once was, where previously I needed like 6 buffs or something like that. Now I need essentially 3. Pretty good. All right, that'll do it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.